gentlemen, start your engines!
Ladies and gentlemen, the starting grid as they have qualified for the YellaWood 500 at Talladega, the 8th and most thrilling race of the 2025 NASCAR Cup Series playoffs. For the third time in 4 Dega races, the front row sees Michael McDowell, a 2-time third-place finisher here, starting on the pole, and alongside him is Chargent Chase Briscoe, who came so close to winning last week in the closing laps at Vegas, and now sits 4th in the playoff standings. Row 2, 2-time spring winner Rowdy Kyle Busch will have Jim Pullman as crew chief next season, and defending spring winner Austin Cindric the Entertainer looks to become the first driver to sweep both Talladega races in 18 years. Row 3, Priest Lightning Ryan Priest initially finished second in April before he got disqualified, and the Eero hero Josh Wildberry rolls out in the Wood Brothers Mustang. In row 4, the Panhandle prospect Christopher Bell swept both poles in 2022, but has a best finish of 5th from 4 years ago, and Ryan Inside Blaney has won here 3 times each in a photo finish, but hopes to move up from 8th in the playoff standings after an early wreck at Vegas. It's an old 23-11 row 5 with Riley Terrible Lopes 9th 2 years ago, picking up his first top 10 start of the season, and Hubba Bubba Wallace scored his first career win in a rain-shorn race in 2021. Row 6, 2019 spring runner-up Alex the Greatest Bowman is flanked by the Cisco Racetrack Ford of Stone Cold Custer, who ties his best start of the year. To row 7, 2-time Dega runner-up William Red Byron has finished 3rd in his last 2 races here, but the Daytona 500 champion finds himself sitting below the bubble in the playoff standings, 15 points behind 4th. The Prosper Punisher Chris Buescher finished 3rd in the spring of 2023. Row 8 belongs to 2024 spring winner Tyler Chronicles of Reddick, and 7th in the standings is Sliced with himself, 3-time Talladega winner Joey Logano, who hasn't had a top 5 at this facility in 4 years. The 9th row is where you'll find 2-time Dega champion Denny Hammerin' Hamlin in the championship 4 after his elusive 60th career win last week, and in-season challenge champion Turbo Ty Gibbs, who led the most laps here in the spring. Row 10, Young Money Kyle Larson looks to follow up his runner-up finish in the spring with his first drafting track win in his 400th Cup start, and Brad the Big Keselowski is the author of 6 Talladega victories and both runner-up finishes from last year. Row 11, the ace 2022 spring runner-up Austin Dillon will start alongside the Comets Justin Haley 6th 2 years ago, who will leave Spire Motorsports at season's end. In row 12, it's the 38 of Insane Zane Smith, who won the pole in April, and the Melonhead boss 2022 spring winner Ross Chastain in the camo car. Row 13 is all 9s with the Napa Maniac 2-time Dega winner Chase Elliott sitting 6th in the playoff standings, and Dandy Daniel Suarez 8th 3 years ago and 9th in the spring. Row 14, 7th 3 years ago was the Todd father Todd Gilliland, and John Hunter Nemechek finished 8th in both races in 2020. Row 15, now with the new spotter my Ty Dillon returns to the site of his best career finish of 3rd 5 years ago, and the runner-up of that race, that Jones boy Eric Jones, starts right behind his teammate. Back in row 16, it's the Street Slayer Shane Van Gisbergen, number 88, and Carson Hurricane Hocevoy was 6th in April. Row 17, Austin Hill swept both Xfinity Series races here, and Dangerous AJ Allmendinger finished 6th in 2018. In row 18, you better beware, it's Cody Ware in the RB Snake Nuggets Ford, and Nacho Noah Gregson 3rd and 4th in his last 2 Talladega spring races. Row 19, Ricky is in the Stenhouse Jr., won for the first time in the spring of 2017 and survived a record-setting multi-car melee to win again last year, and in the spring of 2024, Fast Pasta Anthony Alfredo came home in 6th place. And rounding out the field in row 20, get loud for BJ McLeod as he makes his 5th and final start of the season, and Casey Mears reappears for his first Dega start in 9 years. And ladies and gentlemen, there's your field for the YellaWood 500 at Talladega.